I'm 30 days away from proving something to myself, and I want you to watch me do it. Not because I'm some fitness guru who has it all figured out, but because I'm exactly where you probably are. I know what I should be doing, but I just haven't been doing it consistently. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. I've coached hundreds of people through their own transformation journeys, but currently my habits have been all over the place. I'll meal prep on Sunday, crush it for 3 days, and then I'll be ordering out with the family twice a week. Or I'll hit the gym hard for 2 weeks, and then things get busy at work, and all of a sudden I'm skipping the gym for 4 days. I'm going to do something different. I'm documenting every single day of building this system that I teach my clients. No highlight reel, just the real process of someone who knows what they need to do and is trying to nail the execution. Knowing what works and doing it consistently are two separate skills. And I've been treating them like the same thing. So for the next 30 days, you're going to watch me build a system from scratch. You'll see what I look at to determine what I need to be doing on a daily basis and what I do when the scale doesn't move. Because if I can figure this out, you'll have the exact blueprint. Let me show you what this looks like. All right, guys, the real problem, you're just chasing the scale. You weigh yourself maybe weekly, maybe monthly, and you don't see any changes and you're always frustrated. That's the only thing that you're really tracking, right? You're not tracking calories, you're not tracking steps, movement, anything like that. So you are always going in with a little bit of confidence and you don't know how to get more confidence. Even weeks that you feel like you did good, if the scale doesn't move, you're bummed out, you don't know what to do. And that's where you're always at, and you're in this cycle where you're always frustrated because you just feel like the scale is detached from your actions. The missing piece that you guys aren't getting is that there is this concept in finance, and it's called leading indicators versus lagging indicators. I think it's finance, but the whole concept is that lagging indicators are something that actions build up to. If you're checking your bank account every day, right, that doesn't make you more money, right? Checking your bank account is a lagging indicator, right? If you are working and you're putting money into your bank account, that's going to lead to your bank account increasing. But just checking your bank account, that doesn't do anything, right? So it's the same way with the scale, right? If you are weighing yourself every day, the act of weighing yourself does not do anything to lose weight. It's the steps that lead to weight loss. If you're getting your steps in every day, if you're tracking your calories and making sure that you're in a calorie deficit, if you are going to the gym, if you're doing these things that lead to weight loss and you're tracking those things, okay, out of the past 30 days, 28 days of those 30 days, I was able to get 10,000 steps or more. That's going to lead to weight loss. So that's what you guys need to understand is you guys need to just stop tracking the weight and having the number on the scale detached from your daily actions. My daily system that I'm going to come up with in order to reach my goal of losing 10 pounds over the next 30 days is I'm going to focus on weighing myself daily, but then taking the weekly average. So I'll weigh myself every day, ignore what the number says, and then at the end of the week, I'll look at that average weigh-in, the average of those 7 weigh-ins, and use that and compare that to the previous week. Not going to put a lot of stock in what the scale says day to day. The next thing, I'm going to hit a step target and focus on getting as many steps as possible before I start my day. I'm recording this video in the morning. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to go get the rest of my steps in. The next thing, make sure that I'm eating high protein meals at every meal. This is going to do a couple things. It's going to allow me to preserve as much muscle as possible during this cut. The other thing that it's going to do is it's going to make me feel fuller longer. And when you're eating less food, you're going to want to feel fuller longer. That's probably the main thing that you want to focus on while you're dieting is how can I feel as full as long as possible with this lower calorie intake. The last thing I'm going to do is log these things. So I have my watch. My watch is able to tell me every single day how many steps I got. I definitely recommend you picking up one. This one is not one that you need to get for years. I would use a $50 one from the company Amazfit on Amazon. You can pick that up. I highly recommend you getting some sort of step tracker for your fitness journey if you're serious about this, because then you can go back and very easily look at the logs and see how many steps you got. The other thing I'm going to do is track my calories. You can use MyFitnessPal, whichever works best for you. The biggest thing that I would say, if you are going to track your calories, it only really works if you're eating the same or very similar foods every single day. If you're eating at this restaurant one day, at this restaurant the other day, you're eating at this time for breakfast, this time, it makes it really difficult to check. What I do is eat the same foods or very similar foods, especially for breakfast, lunch, and whatever snack I'm having. I'll eat the same foods and copy and paste it in the food log every day. It makes it easy to go in and click my 3 things that I'm eating. And then for dinner time, I'm eating one of 3 different dinners. So that is the only way I've seen tracking really work on a consistent level. Like I'm talking like 30 plus days. That's the only way it works, is if you're eating similar foods in a routine and staying in line. Really, you're tracking those off days where you did go out, the days you weren't on track. Those are the days that you really want to take a look at when it comes to tracking calories, not the every single day. That's why the copy and paste method is probably best for most days. Hence, you need to get away from weighing yourself and getting bummed out, detaching actions from the weigh-in. When you weigh yourself, you just say, oh, I feel like I'm doing a good job. I feel like I did everything I was supposed to do, but you don't have any data to back up that feeling. Whereas now you're tracking everything every single day and okay, I did get 10,000 steps in this week. I did eat under my calorie deficit or my calorie goal every day this week. And then you can look at that and you can make better decisions with your scale data. You can look at that and say, maybe I need 12,000 steps a day, eat 200 calories less a day, make these decisions now that I have good data that says what I'm doing isn't enough. Here's what I know. You don't need perfect conditions to see progress. You need systems that work even when life gets messy. The scale will lie, but your habits won't. Focus on what you can do today and the results will follow. If you're ready to stop starting over, grab my free 5-day reset guide. It's the exact framework I use with my clients and myself to see consistent progress even when life gets busy. Next week, I'm breaking down what happens when the scale doesn't budge for days and what you can do instead. Subscribe so you don't miss it.